Sauce.
Hey, you late, Pez?
It looks like that. Here's Heaney from the boundary line. He's an expert at these. From the boundary line!
Hello and welcome to Behind the Boundary podcast. I'm your host Pez. I'm here with Sauce and you're here for the Cheeky Punt Show for round 4. Now it is a Tuesday afternoon at the moment. Sauce, a little bit of stuff going on here at Behind the Bound at the moment with myself going on a bit of a holiday.
Yeah, hey guys. Pez has one winning week and he already books a flight. He's gone. He's flying the coop. He's taking his winnings and run. Pez, a little bit poor form on your behalf. I thought we were in this together, mate.
Yeah, in this together. It's the prior commitments, isn't it? You've got to know you've got to be available for all the shows. So I'm just not.
Pez, I did notice that I didn't receive any personal leave notice for our full-time job, the podcast. So, no, you can't go.
Leave without pay from all my winnings. It's all good.
Oh, you still have to lodge that, mate. You can't just be like, no, not coming in today. But yeah, Pez, you are leaving us for the week, so we are recording early on the Tuesday, fresh from round 3 finishing, which means we don't have a lot of information about the games going forward, but we still are going to give it a crack in terms of putting our bets there. We're going to keep our head-to-head betting going, head-to-head tipping going with our line, and we are going to talk a little bit about what we think is going to happen during that game.
Exactly. So kind of a round preview and a cheeky punt combined.
Oh, the cheeky hybrid.
Cheeky recap. Let's get into it.
Soft review. It's no official review. How does it end? We don't know. They've kind of lost, but they've won as well.
All right, here is the review from round 3 Sauce. Both, as I can see here on Twitter at Behind the Bound, off a winning week. We'll start with myself. Staked the max 200, returned 298 for a 49% return on investment, which is very, very decent. A total staked for the season, 545, returned $657.70 for a return on investment of 20.67%. So loving where I'm at.
I love where you're at, Pez, and I love where I'm at as well.
I'm on an island.
You're on an island.
Ready to go. My feet are on the ground.
I can see your island from where I am, and I am sailing across, Pez, because I staked the 200 max. I returned $246.38 with an ROI of 23.19, just below half of what you have done with your ROI there, Pez. I'm coming to that island, Pez, and I am bringing some cash with me, especially after this round. So for the year, I've staked $580 and returned $517.13. Means I'm still down overall, minus 10.83%, but where I was last week, the horizon's looking great.
You were on the ship last week. You had the telescope out. You could not see land. At least you're sailing towards that at the moment with the telescope out there, and you can actually see me in the distance there, just sunbaking on the beach.
Pez, I'm getting a little bit of a feel here. You're taking a cruise, are you, mate? A little holiday.
Well, I could be, but I don't want to actually go and see you up closer because I'm trying to, stay on land and get inboard and get maybe right in the centre of Australia. So I'm furthest away I can be from the water.
Yeah, you dug that analogy into the ground, Pez. So let's get straight into the Thursday night football. We had Hawthorn. We had Collingwood playing Brisbane Lions, and both of us started off with a nice win. We had identical bets there, Pez. Tell us what we did.
Max 50 on the Lions. Got him at 210, so returned 105 with that beautiful kick after the siren.
Yeah, I got him, must have been a second after you put him down. I got him at 205, but still 102 profit, not 102 profit, 102 winnings for that. So really great start for the round.
Excellent. We move on to the Good Friday. We had 2 matches. We had North versus the Bulldogs. I didn't have a bet.
I had a great bet in this one, Pez, and I copped so much stick on Twitter and from you during the podcast.
Did it win?
I told you, Pez. I told you.
Did it win?
I got a bonus bet.
Of course. That's why you cop stick.
Pez, this was money for jam. You think the Doggies win by 128 points? Bontempelli had 3 or 4 shots a goal. He kicked one goal. One of them was right in front in the fourth quarter. Could have put it through. That was the only leg I missed. I had Bont to kick 2 goals. That was not to be found. But the 73-plus margin... What an absolute gem that was. You
couldn't go higher, could you? Was that the highest you could go?
You probably could have, but I just liked it that was one of the options. Like the predetermined
plus.
Option was 73 plus.
Not
Normally
70
it's 40 plus. 73 plus. And that was done in the first quarter. And I also had the first score of the game, which tended to be almost every shot at the game, was a Western Bulldogs goal. So I had down 10 to win an absolute ton and fell short, but I have got a $10 bonus bet this week.
Yep, Cheeky goes down, and usually Cheeky will go down, as listeners will know, but we're trying to win a few throughout the year. The next game was the Good Friday Eve, Adelaide versus Gold Coast. Now, we've had a little bit on Twitter going, wait a second, you've ticked it and you've tipped the Gold Coast there. But Sportsbet's special with the first goal in the first 2 minutes. They kicked it and we didn't even have to watch the rest of this game if we didn't want to, because it was ticked. I had Gold Coast max 50 at $1.81 there, which returned $90.50. So I was off to a great start. And what did you have on them, Sauce?
I had 25 on them to win, Pez, and people are probably a little bit confused with the tick though, Pez, but that's probably if they didn't get on Twitter and they only listened to our show, you didn't explain the specials. So
I did last week.
No, Pez, I'm keeping the trend of not listening to you today, and just like the listeners.
It's hard doing it remotely when I'm on land and you're out in the ocean.
Yes, well, that is a little bit ironic that we're tipping the Gold Coast Suns, and I hope next week that we're doing the NRL, mate, and you get Storms all week for you, so no sun for you.
Well, we'll see how it goes. On Saturday, we had the first game, Richmond versus Sydney. Now, read this one completely wrong. I don't know how many read it right, but I had Richmond 1-39. I thought it would be not a blowout on Richmond's standpoint. I thought Richmond would win, but they've dropped the game, lost by 45 points, and that's a cross for me. What did I have? I had 25 on it.
Yeah, I had a same game multi in this one because, as I said in the podcast last week, I liked the Swans, but I didn't have enough kahunas to actually back them at head-to-head. I did pick the line in our other comp pairs, which definitely got up there. They absolutely trounced them. I had a 3-league same game multi. I had our man Errol. He didn't show up. So Sam Wicks to kick a goal. He kicked one very early. Errol didn't kick a goal, and 20 disposals.
I would do anything just to be like him.
Oh, nice little song reference there, Pez. Your singing voice.
Oh, you got it this time.
Has some improvement to do. Let's get on. I know you're trying to avoid the next game, Pez. The Bombers versus the Saints.
Yeah, Bombers versus Saints. I had a cheeky there. Max King for 2, Jack Higgins for 2, and St Kilda 40 plus. But it was Essendon at the 73 plus mark. They would have got there. They would have been paying a shit ton there. I got the 1 leg up in Jack Higgins to score 2 or more, but that doesn't mean anything because Cheeky lost. Speaking
of a cheeky loss, Pez, we get on to the Saturday Night Classic. We thought it was going to be, but not to be. I read this game completely wrong. I thought that the Power could put up a fight. I had the max 50 staked at them head-to-head, $1.90. They couldn't even get the first goal in the first 2 minutes. They had an opportunity.
They did get the clearance, go forward. They went forward twice in that first 2 minutes, I saw, but didn't work out like the Gold Coast game did for us, Sauce. So you lost the max 50 there. I didn't have a bet. The next game was on the Sunday, Carlton versus Fremantle. I didn't bet in this one.
I did, and I told you on the day I loved this line of minus 15.5. I thought that Carlton were ready to play and they were ready to respond. They haven't been too bad. I should have put more on it, Pez. Shoulda, coulda, would have. I walked away with a nice profit of $22.50.
Yeah, you'll take that, and we love being in the green there. The next game was the Giants versus Melbourne. Now, I had a bit of a pick your own line because I was not happy with the Giants last week, Sauce, as we said on the show. And I took that all the way out to minus 20.5 points. Melbourne got that pretty easily, and I staked 20 on it, returned 50. So that was a good one.
I steered clear of this one because, as I said in the last podcast, I am staying well away from the Giants, and I'll be interested to see if I keep my own trend this week. I just realised I've said that, and I think I might have put some money down on them, but I steered clear with this one against Melbourne.
There you go. The final game, Easter Monday, Geelong versus Hawthorn. Now, I had a bit of a sweat at the end here. I had Geelong 1-39, which was looking good most of the day. They ended up winning by 5 points. So I had 25 on that, returned 52.50.
Yeah, and as I said with this one, Easter Monday is always a classic, and this was no different. I steered clear with this because you just don't know what's going to happen. So glad I did because I was leaning towards the line, Pez, and would have lost that one.
Now, Sauce, we want to finish on a positive here, so I'm going to go through my multi first. I thought my multi, had a couple of hiccups in it, but Brisbane to win, that was my biggest one, and they won on the Thursday night. Then I had the Bulldogs, that was quite easy. Then I had the Gold Coast. Mine was done on the Friday night, my multi, but I did not expect Richmond to lose, St Kilda to lose, and then Geelong won in the end. So, 3 wrong in my multi.
Yeah, well, speaking about multis, Pez, I'm going to really slow down this week when I'm explaining the winning multi. We might call this the sauce, Pez, because I feel like this is going to be a trend that I'm going to be following for sure, and I know that you have jumped all over it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say it nice and slow for you, Pez, because you were a little bit hard to follow last week. I had Brisbane plus 17.5. These are all pick your own lines. Plus 17.5.
So they could have lost by 17.
Yep, they won by a point. Western Bulldogs to lead it every quarter, $1.47. That was money for jam. Gold Coast plus 27.5. Pick your own line. And Sydney plus 40.5. I should have gone the minus 40.5. I would have been absolutely laughing there.
You would have been on the island. You would have had a
I would
big
have owned the
hotel.
island, and I would have been charging you, mate. I put 15 on that at $3.40 with the power play. $51.13 coming back my way.
Oh, there you go. I might do a sauce this week in my multi.
We'll call it the sauce multi. There we go.
I like that little
which doesn't mean it just loses, but it's a style of betting.
It would usually. So there goes our round recap sauce, and we're getting straight into round 4 here.
The fact that the size of the bets was relatively small.
Our bets with an opportunity about 50 metres out.
I was with a mate, and we were getting sort of ready to leave, and he said, I think I'm going to whack 10 on Maxi. Do you want some as well? And I said,
Oh, yes! Yes!
Straight into round 4, Pez. Really interested with this round because it is a bit of a tough one. Some of the teams have shown their true colours, and some of them are they're showing something different with some of these teams. We start off with the Thursday night clash, the 7:20 game in Sydney versus Essendon. Head-to-head, $1.19, the favourite Sydney, $4.70. Outsiders are the Bombers. The line, I think, is really, really big at minus 28.5. I would expect that to probably shorten coming out through the weekend. The total game points over-under is $1.77.5. Sorry, not $1.77, $1.77.5. You can get $1.88. Just to clarify.
So usually I would like to bet on the games that we have more information on, which would be this game, because it is only in a couple of days' time. But I just can't read what Essendon are giving at the moment. That 75-point win against St Kilda, is it really decent, or are St Kilda really poor, like a bottom 4 side? Sydney have proven they've beaten Brisbane on their home deck. They've beaten Richmond on their home deck. Really impressive there, but you can't touch that at $1.19 because you just don't know what's going to happen. So I'm steering clear.
Cheeky!
You can't touch that. You're kidding yourself, mate. Jump on the baby Swans, and that's what I've done, Pez. I should have put more money last week on my man Sammy Wicks to kick a goal. Should have gone individually. He still hasn't shortened. He's still $1.28 to kick a goal. And while we're talking about goal kickers, I'm going to go on a little bit of a tantrum here, Pez. I'm going to go on a little bit of a tantrum here because Sportsbet, you have sucked the absolute life and the absolute fun out of putting down a goal bet, a disposal bet.
Get rucked, Sportsbet.
It is ridiculous odds that you are offering. Last week on the Monday night game, and this is the trend everyone is saying, you had Tom Hawkins to kick 3 goals at $1.50, 2 goals $1.12, and to kick 1 goal $1.03. That is ridiculous considering there are 44 options for goal kickers and you're guaranteeing $1.03 to kick a goal. Get stuffed.
We need the other way, mate. If they're going to offer me, $25 for Tomahawk not to kick a goal? Or what's he paying for 2? $1.14. So they're going to offer me $18 for him not to kick 2? Mm-hmm. I might have a little bit on that.
Because that's what they've got to do. If they're going to pull down these bullshit odds of $1.03, $1.04 because scoring's up, then you've got to produce the other way. Give me the options of bring back the no player to kick 5 goals. That'd be money for VBs, Pez.
All I see over social media source is people putting up their same game multis that are losing by 1 leg, or some of them are losing by multiple legs all the time. Mm-hmm. All the time. So surely Sportsbet are making money off it. Give us a little bit of a boost and give us some odds, because I'm not touching any of that at the moment.
Well, in this game, you've got Buddy Franklin, who's played 1 game in 3 years. He's $1.02 to kick a goal. $1.02.
And he probably does kick a goal.
He probably does, but it's irrelevant. You got to have money where it's relevant. This is absolute robbery, Pez.
Yeah, they're robbing our little same game. I don't even do my little same game multi for each game anymore.
Not even worth a look.
Don't even have a look anymore.
In saying that, I've put down a same game multi for my cheeky. I've gone Sammy Wicks to kick a goal. Jordan Dawson, who you spoke about in our last show, Pez, he's absolutely on fire. He'll get 20 disposals very easily. And then little man Tommy Papley, just to get a little bit of value, I had to go 2 or more goals. I do think it is a little bit of value for him to kick 2 or more. That gives me $1.80. And then I've gone the big one, Pez. Sydney, 40 plus. They are going to pile it on. That gives me odds of $5.50, and I've chucked the cheeky 10 on it.
There's your cheeky. And one thing we do need to do, and because we are only doing the one show, is the line. So what's the line again for this one?
It's minus 28.5, so you know where I'm going with a 40-plus win.
You're going the Swans. I'm going to go the Swans as well. So let's just note that down. So we'll go Swans for both of us.
Yep. So we're not putting the bet down for that. That is just going for our running tally for our end-to-end show that we run normally.
And an update on that, Source, you got 5 this week. I only got 3 correct. So
big week for me.
overall, I'm on 14 and you're on 13. So you're coming back with a vengeance.
I can see you. I can see you out there, Pez, on that little island by yourself. It won't be for long, Pez. I'll be joining you, having a little coconut drink and putting those feet up.
Next game,
definitely. Have
next
the
game,
Sunday.
loss versus loss here.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute cracker. 2 of the teams touted as some of the big favourites to do well in September this year. Port Adelaide versus Richmond at Adelaide Oval. Both teams, as you said, come off losses. Port Adelaide coming in favourites at $1.60, Richmond outsiders at $2.35, which you wouldn't be saying that too often in the last 5 years. The line is 8.5, $1.90 of course, and the over-under totals is 172.5. Pez, you're with the power here, aren't you?
Well, I'm kind of am. I'm kind of not, because I've gone my little either team 24 or less. I think it'll be a close contest here. I think it always is. I think Port Adelaide might be able to get the chocolates here coming back from the West and doing that. But Richmond are going to be really hungry as well. And they played an amazing preliminary final last year at this same ground. So I'm hoping for a ripper, match of the round for mine, and I've just gone for it to be a close game. That gets me $1.80. I've put 25 on it.
Yeah, I think it will be a close game, and the odds I think are really have done justice to both teams here. $1.60 for me. Port Adelaide looking the goods. They will want to respond after a really slow start last week, so I think that they put in the work during the week. They get out to an early start. I've got them to win head to head at $1.60. Put 25 on it, but I'm hoping that they kick one of those couple of first early goals so I can just watch and enjoy the rest of the game.
So you've got that there, and the line for that one was
-8.5. Tough line, Pez.
-8.5. Oh, I'm going to go. I'll jump on Richmond there.
Well, I'll go against you then. I'll go the Port Adelaide power to do the... probably get it by 9. But yeah, really tough one, that line. We get on our next time slot. The Brisbane Lions haven't been back home and they will continue to be on the road. This time they're not only going down the road from Brisbane, they're going right down the road to Ballarat to Mars Stadium. They take on the Western Bulldogs. Western Bulldogs favourites $1.51. Brisbane Lions outsiders at $2.58. The line is 11.5 and the over-under is 168.5.
Well, there you go, Source. Being down in Ballarat and being quite cold and things like that, I've tried to have a look for a cheeky. Obviously, our goal markets and disposal markets aren't very good. The only disposal markets that are decent is the over-under ones, but they come out a lot closer to the game. So obviously, we don't have access to them here on a Tuesday. So what I've had to do here...
Cheeky!
I've had to go pretty cheeky, and one of these legs by themselves is $5.
Oh, you've gone down my way, haven't you? One of them to kick the first goal.
Well, I have gone the first scoring play.
Oh, you got sauce all over today, mate.
But that's the second one. My first one and the main one of mine is total match goals. I don't mind this. It's $5 by itself. 0 to 20. Down at Ballarat, might be windy, might be cold. Bulldogs in Brisbane, low scoring. So I've gone for the 0 to 20 goals. And then I've gone, all right, I'll go with the favourites at $1.51. Let's go the Western Bulldogs because of the win factor. Let's go them to kick a behind on the run from 50 out. So first scoring play, the Bulldogs behind. That'll get me $15.25 all up, and I've put the cheeky 10 on it.
You made fun of me last week for science, Pez, and this week you've put science into it twice, and I like it. I love it. That's definitely going to get up. So.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I've gone, as you said, it's one of those games you don't really know what's going to do. Traditionally, Western Bulldogs have done well down there. They always seem to play Brisbane down there, and they seem to get the chocolate. So I'm backing them in at the line, -11.5 at $1.90, and I'm putting 25 on that one.
Well, there you go. I think that's where your line's going to be as well, correct?
Correct. What about yours?
Yeah, I'll go Brisbane. plus 11.5. Let's keep it close.
I'm going to dominate you this round. When you get back with your little sunburn and your tan or whatever, however you crisp up in the sun.
You're going to be up.
I'm going to be up and about, Pez. Hopefully you're going to be up and about because you've got your Saints taking on the West Coast Eagles. You play them at Marvel. You come in outsiders at $3.08. West Coast Eagles going in favourites away from home at $1.38. The line is big, I think, plus 17.5. The over-under, 177.5.
The line's too short for mine. I don't know why West Coast are $1.38. They played this stadium really well against the Bulldogs and nearly beat them. The Saints, we thought they were going to show effort after the Melbourne loss. Now after the Essendon loss, what's even the point anymore? See you later. I've gone the West Coast minus 17.5 at $1.90. I put 25 on it.
Wow. That is really big from you, Pez. You don't like betting on St Kilda games as it is. You are obviously hurting, putting it against your Saints. I'm steering clear with this one because I'm a little bit unsure about that line. West Coast have played Marvel really well. Saints are not in good form, but they would be looking to bounce back. If I was going to have a bet, and I'd need to see the sides, I might have a play on the over at 177.5. with scoring power of West Coast and the Saints needing to respond, that could be the market that I'm going in. The line, Pez, I'll back you in there, -17.5, the West Coast Eagles, Pez.
Yeah, you're just playing a safe on that one. You've already got two different. You're ready to go.
That's not how I approach it, Pez. All right, let's go. Speaking of the Sun, we're not talking about Pez's holiday anymore. We are talking about my favourite team, my second favourite team, my third favourite team. You put them behind the Swans, the Gold Coast Suns. They take on the Carlton Blues up in the Gold Coast. They are outsiders at $2. Carlton favourites $1.85. Slim favourites. The line indicates that as well. -1.5. The over/under 169.5.
Yeah, what I noticed about this game is the Suns did start 3.5 point favourites, so they were actually favoured more than Carlton are at the moment. So the market has swung in Carlton's favour after that win and Gold Coast injuries from the last week. I'm going to back the Gold Coast in here to win this match. They're paying $2, which is decent, but if they win, I don't think they're going to win by 40 plus up at Metricon. So I've just gone 1 to 39, gets me an extra 50 cents. I do lose the first goal in 2 minutes rule, which they paid out on last week in the Gold Coast game, but 1 to 39, I've put the max 50 on it at 250.
Love that bet, Pez. I've gone with a little bit of insurance in terms of sports bets. First 2 minutes, score a goal, they pay out. Put 25 on the nose for the Gold Coast Suns at $2. It sounds like we both are going the +1.5 line, Pez.
Yeah, for the end-to-end and our season tipping, as we call it, the +1.5 for both of us.
All right, we head over to the MCG for the other Saturday night game, Collingwood versus the Giants. This is going to be a huge clash, Pez. What have you got in this one?
It's boring, this one. Boring. And I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about my bet source because I tried to put a same-game multi together for a little bit of fun, but can't do it with these markets. So what I've done is I've just gone Collingwood the half-time leader, Collingwood the three-quarter time leader, and Collingwood to win the match at $1.50. Put 20 on it to win 10.
Yeah, boring bet, Pez. I've got something a little bit more exciting with my bonus bet. I'm playing this. The GWS need to show some fight, and I'm not actually throwing away my money, Pez, because as I said, I will refuse to bet on them with actual money, but I've gone my bonus bet. I've gone them in a same-game multi with tab with my bonus bet. GWS head-to-head to actually win the game, and GWS the first quarter winner, because they did come out firing last week, and I'm hoping that they can get the job done against Collingwood, who have been really disappointing in my books. That gives me odds of $6.50, and I've put then the $10 bonus bet on that.
Shit. You've gone on the Giants there. Well, what's the line on this one again?
The line in this one is -25.5.
Oh, it's big.
It is a big line, and over/under for this is a 160.5. Not that we're playing that, but yeah, huge line of -25.5.
All right, what do you got?
Oh, I'm with the plus. I've got GWS to win this game.
All right, I'm against you then. Too many injuries. Collingwood, let's go.
Oh, isn't it funny you had to go at me for the last one and you're like, where are you? Just so you can...
I wrote down I was on Collingwood before you
look at you going back to the Stone Ages with your newspaper up and your pen there, Pez.
Just got the delivery
happening. I can see. You've spread it across all the table.
It's good. I just love it.
All right, we get on to the Sunday matches. We start off with an absolute belter. North Melbourne taking on Adelaide. North Melbourne outsiders, $3.50. Adelaide, the favourites, $1.31. The line is +20.5. Ooh, that's a big line as well. Total game points of 180.5, which I think is really, really big considering North Melbourne only put on 35 points last week.
Yeah, well, the danger is that North have to really respond, but are they actually going to? Adelaide, the real deal. Can they travel to Victoria and actually tear it apart? They are playing inside Marvel Stadium under the roof, as all games will be this season. I think Adelaide win this pretty comfortably in the end, because if North are just going to stand around and not do anything and not even run, just like St Kilda did on the weekend, I think Adelaide can win this by 25 plus. So I've gone the winning margin, Adelaide 25 plus at $2. I've put 20. No, I put the max 50 on it.
Oh, you're really confident, Pez.
Max 50 to get 100 back. Stuff North.
I've steered clear with that one. In terms of our end-to-end line, I'm going to... Not going to be many opportunities to do this. I'm going to back North at +20.5.
Yeah, I did that last week and paid for it. That was not good.
Yeah, you burnt that one, so I'm guessing you're going the -20.5 with your bet +25.
Yeah, definitely there. And we've got 2 matches to go.
2 matches to go. We get into the second last one, a absolute classic at the G. Melbourne hosting Geelong. $2.12 outsiders. Melbourne, the Cats have already started to stretch out. $1.73. The line is -4.5 in favour of the Cats. Over under is 165.5. Pez, what are you doing with this one?
Look, I don't mind the odds here. If you're going for either side, you get some good value on either one. No Dangerfield. We'll be interested to see the teams when they do come out, as it's a Sunday game and pretty important for a betting standpoint. I've steered clear, but actually going to the MCG source with you for the first time since 2019. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute day and a half, Pez, and we are going to be celebrating that night. So, it's going to be a big night. I'm going the max stake at $1.73 on the Cats. I think this is an absolute bargain. I do
love betting on the Cats. They are.
Well, I don't normally, Pez. I haven't the first 2 weeks, but I think that is a really good win. They need to respond. Scott's been in question this week with his game plan. Guthrie looked in form. Duncan will be back for his second week. You know, you'll probably get Jeremy Cameron. Do you reckon he would get up this week?
Apparently, round 5 or beyond.
Oh,
for him,
that's not good. But Hawkins will make absolute mincemeat of that Melbourne defense. So you can back the Cats in here for me, and the -4.5 just for shits and gigs
for Geelong. Yeah, I'll go the -4.5, but I don't mind the Melbourne defense. Actually, they've been playing pretty well, and Max Gawn if he floats back there as well. But both on the Cats -4.5 there, and there's the bets. So last game before our multi.
Last game at SBS Stadium, the Fremantle Dockers taking on the Hawthorn Hawks. This is a battle of two of the teams that's going back in the mid-2000s were absolutely dominating the league. Not anymore. Both teams looking for a win. $1.54 favourites, the Fremantle Dockers, $2.50 outsiders. The Hawks, the line is 10.5. The over-under is 165.5. Pez, what are you doing this one?
Oh, line of 10.5. There we go. And you mentioned they did play off in the grand final last decade. So I think that Fremantle heading back over, Hawthorn aren't the side they used to be. I know Wingard came in there. But just being at Optus Stadium, I think Fife will come back in because he just had the concussion when he was subbed out. So these 12 days are gone. Fremantle for mine, 1-39 gets me $2.10. I've put 20 on it.
Yeah, this is one of those games where I would definitely need to see the list because no Fife, no Fremantle, but you would hope that he makes the return. We don't know. It's too far away. Definitely playing on the Sunday. I'm steering clear. I guess in terms of the line, you have to take Fremantle because it is SBS Stadium. Hopefully they can really lock down the Hawks. So end to end, I'll go -10.5.
Yeah, I'm the same on Fremantle there, and then we get to the long-awaited multi.
Yes, the Source multi is what we'll be calling it, Pez. I've gone 3 pick-your-own lines, and I've put a little bit more clams on it, Pez, because I do like this. I've gone Port Adelaide at +20.5 at $1.15 on its own. Gold Coast +15.5, $1.42 on its own. Geelong +11.5 at $1.38. Altogether with a power play gives me $2.25, and I've put 25 on it.
Well, no doubt with all the upsets this year so far, mine's going to lose. But my multi of 6 leg Source, I've gone a pick your own line standpoint. I've gone Sydney +2.5, which is $1.14 by itself. Port Adelaide +22.5, which is $1.14 by itself. Bulldogs +20.5, which is $1.12 by itself. West Coast -2.5, $1.40. Gold Coast +18.5, $1.33. Collingwood +2.5 at $1.17. It gets me $3.17 all up. I've put 25 on that.
Yeah, I like it, Pez. I love it. The Source multi will catch on, and you can count your coconuts while you're drinking them on your holiday, Pez.
Don't you worry, Sportsbet might shut that down as well and ruin all the fun.
Yeah, well, what's the point of betting? We'll have to just run Tiddlywinks podcast because that's the only fun that'll be left.
We'll start doing, let's not follow the scores, don't do the stats, and just have fun. Everyone have fun.
Oh, yeah. Let's go back to Auskick. Really disappointing by the AFL allowing Sportsbet to do it. The AFL should come in and change the rules.
AFL make their own betting gambling market.
Oh, that'd be good.
They're sponsored by every single one.
Yeah, could get Stevenson to be the head of it. That'd probably be a bad look, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. But
this is when Jaden Stevenson shouldn't have actually been betting, playing for North because they need money. So he should have been betting then, not in Collingwood.
Well, that's the thing. This is the old Tuesday bet slip Source. So dangerous. We'll see how we go.
Very dangerous. And I noticed in our end-to-end, we've got a couple of different pairs. So you could return from holiday and I could be well on top of you.
We will see. I'm not going for too long. You say holiday like I'm going for 6 months, but I'll be back on Saturday to be at the footy at the Saints game and then Sunday at the Melbourne Geelong.
Pez, when you leave work without pay, and that was your words, not mine, you're going to return a loser. So probably not a good thing to follow along with Pez this week. He did say he's leaving work without pay. This is our full-time job, Pez, so I don't even know why you bothered doing a bet slip.
Yeah, well, 20% up on the season. You're minus 10. So in my calculations, 30% up. So you got 30% of that ocean to sail to get back to me. I've been Pez. Peace out.
You're rubbish. I'm still sauce. We'll catch up next time, guys.